What team members do on teams matters. No matter how big your job, no matter how little your job, it matters. Winning teams know that, whether it's in business or in football, sports, or in life. Nowhere was this driven home more clearly, more powerfully than in 1975 on the practice field for the Montgomery High School Vikings. Just like this, a field just like this. And we were practicing, and we had a guy on this team named Glory Boy. Well, we gave him the name Glory Boy. Anyways, Glory Boy thought he should be starting, and we were halfway through the season, and he wasn't starting. In fact, he wasn't playing a lot. But the coaches had found a position where he could contribute. And they talked to Glory Boy. They spent some time with Glory Boy. They explained to him why this position was important and how it contributed to the team. And so we were halfway through the season. We were in the middle of practice, and it came time to practice punt returns. And Glory Boy's job was on the punt return team. And when a team is on the punt return team, the other team punts the ball, and 40 yards down the field, a punt returner is looking up into the sky to catch the ball. Now, when he's looking up into the sky to catch the ball, where he's not looking are at the 11 opposing team members that are running full speed down the field, ready to knock his block off. But Glory Boy, his job was to block one of those people. But this is what he was doing. He was tapping him, he's tapping him, he's tapping him, because he was too good to block him. He was too good to really put forth the effort on that position at that time, because he thought he was better than that. Now, Coach Broom, our coach, one of our coaches, had had enough, because he'd spent 4 or 5 weeks giving Glory Boy the vision, helping him understand what to do and why to do it and why it was important and why it mattered. Why it mattered. He'd had enough. He took his clipboard and he goes, bam! And we all watched this play out. I got to tell you, it was one of the coolest things. We watched it play out. He storms up to Glory Boy. He grabs him by the face mask, pulls it in close, and says, Glory Boy, who's that guy down there? Glory Boy said, that's the punt returner. He goes, what is he doing? Well, he's catching the ball. He goes, you know when he catches the ball where he looks? He looks up. And when he looks up, he's not looking down at the 11 players racing towards him, trying to knock his block off. One of those players you're supposed to block. You didn't block him. What's worse is you didn't even try. Now, he's saying this, getting angrier and angrier and angrier in front of the entire team. So he said, I'll tell you what, Glory Boy, here's the deal. You will block that player. You will block him every single time with everything you have, or you can take your gear, you can walk back to the gym, and you can turn it in. Well, I have to tell you, this was a moment of decision for Glory Boy, and this is what he did. He absolutely decided that he was going to give 100%, and he was ferocious every play afterwards. Every play afterwards. It was his moment of decision. But more importantly, it was the coach who had built the relationship to create that moment of decision and to know when to apply it. That was one of the most important lessons that I learned playing football. Why? Well, I was a Glory Boy. I was a Glory Boy. And it completely turned my approach to the game and to life around. And you know what? 2 years later, on the punt returns, I was the guy 40 yards back with my head up here, trying to catch the ball, counting on another Glory Boy to do his job. So why is that important, and what can we take from it? Well, think about what Coach Broom did. Is he spent weeks building a relationship where he was trying to turn me around, where he was trying to give me the right perspective and the right attitude to know what I did mattered. What I did mattered. And he finally reached a breaking point both for me and the team, and he had built a strength of relationship to lay down a challenge that I had to react to. And he did. And it absolutely turned me around. In business today, or in organizational development, whatever we're doing, how often do we think about how we're developing people? How we're building the strength of relationship to really take somebody to the next level? How we know when to lay down a challenge and when to have high expectations and expect them to be met? Probably not nearly often enough. OpenPlaybook was formed to help leaders and organizations be more effective at developing people, building leaders, and building teams that work. Check us out, www.open-playbook.com.